David, welcome back. You just got back from an end FGM, actually about a week and a half ago. I've been on vacation for a week, but you went back into a new Maasai village and did the end FGM. And tell us, you've got a highlight and a low light. What's your high and what's your low?
Yes, we went in one of the most remote place in Maasai land, because even getting there, it was not an easy job. There are no roads. And for the people even who are attending the meeting, they were coming from deep in the forest. So they would arrive at least around 10 to 11 because they were coming from far. And one of the biggest highlights was to see one of the oldest elder in that community after watching the video of a 60-year-old girl undergo FGM. And he stood in the group and said, if we all say no to FGM, that doesn't mean that our boys will not get married. We are sure that they will get married to the women who are not circumcised. And he continued and said, we have seen when other tribes are giving birth in our community, like the Kikuyu and the Kamba tribe, their women just stay in the house for less than 4 days. And after 4 days, you can see them doing small jobs, small businesses. But for our women, they have to stay 3 to 6 months indoors because of the FGM. And that was a highlight for me coming from an old man.
Now, you also had a low light because FGM has many dangers that come with it, and you experienced one of them. You couldn't get a video of the woman, but what did this one woman tell you?
Yes, this woman approached me, and she told me, that was also after watching the video, she told me that, you know what, I was not able to speak this before the people, but out of the 8 pregnancies that I got, 6 of my kids or my babies were killed during giving birth because of the repercussion of the FGM, because I was not able to push the baby well, and the midwife, who is not trained, and to cut away so that the baby can come out. And by the time she was cutting out, she ended up injuring my baby on the end, and I have lost 6 babies while giving birth. I only have 2 kids. That was so painful. And the unfortunate thing is that there is no hospital that is around, even a chemist, for around 20 to 30 miles away. So there is no way they are getting any medical help or support. So that was the lowest point of my trip, just to see this woman losing 6 pregnancies, fully carried and ready to be given birth, and they just die, just like that.
So you had day 1, day 2, and day 3. They saw the videos, both the men and the women. They talked about it. Did the whole community agree to end FGM?
Yes, I brought the whole community, that is the men and the women, together on the last day, because when you are teaching them, there are sometimes we put men aside and women aside, and so we end a talk whereby men talk to their wives and the wives were talking to the men, and they all agreed. The men said, we never know that this is what you go through, you never tells us, but now we know, and we are going to stop having our girls being cut.
Mambo ya kufanyia wasichana tohara, sisi ni Wamasai, tulikuwa tunasema hii haiwezekani, tuache. Kwamba ufahamu ndio atukwangi naye. Kweli tuliona jana ni kitu mbaya, tutaacha. Mambo mazuri ambayo yanaweza tubadilisha maisha yetu. Tumeona kwamba kufanyia wasichana tohara ni mbaya sana, kwa sababu tu ya masomo. Huwa tunalazimisha tukiwa Wamasai. Jana tulikuja kupata masomo, tukaona ni mbaya.
There were also 2 young men who are in their 20-something, 25 years old, who said that if this is what our girls go through, I am ready to marry a girl who has not been cut. And both the youth, the old men, the old women, all agreed that they are going to stop the FGM in that area.
Wonderful.
I end to train the whole congregation or the whole meeting about what women go through when they are pregnant, and about a little bit of family planning, because I had one man carrying a jerrycan of water on stomach, and another one behind, and then also carry a child who was crying. And I was telling this man, can you sustain that for at least 2 hours? And having in mind that this woman has to go to get water from maybe 2 miles apart. And the man said, no, this is very difficult. And I think we should also be giving our women time frame or when they are giving birth.
Now, switching topics, you also did delivering dignity. Is that right?
So coming back to the sanitary towels, the delivering dignity, we managed to give around 200 girls who attended the training in school, because the church was just near the school. And then some of the other sanitary towels we were giving them when we were doing food delivery to the homestays. So girls were so happy. And one of the key things we noted is a sanitary towel, which cost around $6 in Nairobi, was costing around that is $2. I mean,
$1 to $2.
It was costing $2. Yes, because they are not available. The place is very far, and there are no shops. You just find like 2 people who have small stores in their homestead. So one, the sanitaries are not available. Second, they are very expensive for them to afford. So even the teachers were saying, thank you for saving these girls. At least now we know that we are not going to lose them in school, in class.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And then you also did the Jesus film. That went well?
Yes. Wow. We had around 300 people attending Jesus film at night. I think the last time they saw it was around 7 years ago, and it was in Kiswahili. So when we brought it in their vernacular, Maasai, it was amazing for all of them to come. We had children, men and women, all joining up to around 11 p.m. while they were watching Jesus film. That was amazing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And thanks for all you do to help these young girls out there in the bush. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.